Hi everyone, this is Tim Patterson in for discussion forum for video post. Alright, so my understanding of fair use is that copyrighted material may be used by others without compensation for certain purposes. These kinds of purposes include news reporting, academic study, and advancement of art and other such uses. Going into this module, I had a much less informed view of what constitutes fair use. In my eyes, it was strictly for use in an academic or non-profit manner, but after reading the course material, I can more easily see how the generation of profit can still fall under fair use. I initially also thought that fair use and copyright laws were solely to protect the individual creating the work, and I did not know about the part concerning the use of created material to better society. I think this falls well under the ethical paradigm of the individual versus community. In this case, the ethical decision rests on what protects the intellectual contributions of individuals while simultaneously benefiting the community. And that's where fair use kind of benefits both parties. This makes a strong case for utilitarianism, where the greatest good for society as a whole is upheld. The intersection of copyright law and freedom of expression is an important area to discuss. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects freedom of speech, and by extension, freedom of expression. One cannot use copyright law to stifle the speech of others who are criticizing the views of the content created. The reading showed the example of Savage versus Care, in which a talk show host attempted to silence the organization by claiming a copyright infringement when they used clips from his show. It's difficult to know if fair use will apply in a certain circumstance because there are several factors to take into consideration in each scenario. As I stated before, the fact that use of a copyrighted material generates profit is not necessarily a disqualifier from fair use. It's one of the 4 factors to be considered, and if it can be shown that the copyright holder is not harmed financially, then there's a reasonable chance that the use of the material is allowed. Other factors that play into the discussion are the nature of the work being used, the purpose of the use, and the amount used. The digital age has brought about a massive challenge in copyright law. Copyrighted material can now be readily reproduced at little to no cost. Additionally, copyright laws have not been properly updated to reflect the modern era. One such example of this issue is the use of music streaming services such as Spotify. The laws are not clear regarding interactive streaming, resulting in problems with determining rights regarding the music and who should be paid and how much they should be paid. One example of pushing the boundary of fair use I found was the instance of the Google Library project. In this case, Google scanned copyrighted books in order to create a searchable index. While not making money directly off these searches, the use of advertisements complicated the situation. But since the advertisements don't negatively affect the bottom line of the people making the content, then that shouldn't really factor in. This situation was particularly complex because on one hand, the amount of material reproduced, which was effectively all of it, weighed against Google, but the transformative nature of the reproduction weighed in their favor. Ultimately, the actions by Google were deemed fair use, but it did test the boundaries of fair use.